Reynaxis Solutions.
Hi, I'm Glenn of Reynaxis Solutions. Welcome to my vlog. Today we are going to install a dashcam to a car which is a Suzuki S-presso. Unlike the previous video that we made last time, today we're going to hardwire this dashcam to the fuse box. So instead of installing it in a cigarette lighter port, we're gonna directly connect that dashcam to this fuse box. So what I'm doing right now is I'm connecting the other end or other probe of my tester to the ground of the car. The car's ground can be in the chassis of the car. Make sure that our tester is set to the DC mode and at 20 volts or higher. So I just set it to 20 volts because this is a 12 volt car. I mean, the battery of this car is 12 volt. Now, while the key is in the off position, I'm looking for a permanent port that has a 12 volt continuous power supply even if the key is in the off position. Now we are going to turn the key to the accessories position and find a fuse port that only has a 12 volt power supply when the ignition or the key is at the accessories position or when the car is switched on. Now most dashcam has two types of connectivity, and what you're seeing here is the one type of it. These wires have three different types, and the yellow one is for the fuse that has continuous 12 volts power, and the red wire is for the fuse that only provides power when the ignition key is on or is at the accessory mode. As you can see, I cut off the fuse connector because this type of dashcam did not come with a connector that has an extra port, so that when we unplug the fuse from the fuse box, we can connect this and connect that other fuse to this connector. So since that is not the case, I'm going to just cut off the heads of this connector and I'm going to manually insert this to the fuses or to the fuse box together with the existing fuses. So when we cut off the head and strip off the wire of the coatings, make sure that we twist the wires properly to avoid any loose wires that can cause shorts in the in our connections. So right now I'm going to try and insert these wires together with the fuses that we have removed earlier. On some standards dashcam, I'm not sure about this one, the red wire which has been labeled as a wire for the accessory will go with a fuse that is in line with the accessories ports. Now the yellow one will go to the port or the fuse with a continuous 12 volt power supply. Now for the black wire, which is for the ground, I'm going to insert it to a gap which is next to this fuse box. Now what you're seeing on the screen is the regular diagram for most used dash cams. Before we mount the dash cam onto the windshield, we will need to test if our connection is working. I am now assembling the dash cam with its mount. But we're not going to mount this yet. We're just going to plug the USB-C connector and see if the dashcam will switch on. As you can see, it switched on even though we did not move the key to the accessories mode. So to fix that, I just disconnected the red wire and connected the yellow wire to the fuse that gives off power when the ignition key is switched on. Now, if we connected USB-C again to our camera, it's not switching on automatically now. We will need to turn the key to the accessory mode or accessory position, and as you can see, it's switched on. Look, it's off again because we switched off the ignition key, and now it's on again because we switched it on to accessories. Now we're gonna install everything properly. The rest of its part, which is the wires, will now have to go under the upholsteries, and that will make the wires hidden from plain sight. So you can actually just observe what I'm doing here, and you can get the idea on how to properly lay down the wires and hide it from, from plain view. Just be careful when you're pulling the wires. We don't want to damage it, especially if the quality of the wire isn't good. So let's just mount the camera onto the windshield. This mounting bracket has a double-sided sticky tape that is strong enough to last for years. And when we install the dashcam, make sure that it does not block the view of the driver. The wires now is being hidden under those upholstery. Be careful when removing that side plastic. Some cars have an airbag on that side, so you don't want to trigger that. But for Suzuki S-presso, it does not have an airbag on that side of the driver. You can remove part of it or that whole section and put it back, and it will snap back in place once you put it correctly. So there we have successfully placed the wires underneath the upholstery, and so what's left is to install the dashcam. The last part of this installation is to connect the USB connector to the camera, and don't worry about that dangling wire because the dashcam comes with this wire arrestor where you can organize the wire properly and just to make it look good. So this too has a sticky part and a plastic part that will hold the wire in place. There. So now all we need to do for the rest of this installation is to tuck the remaining wires behind the compartment and just tidy them off, roll them nicely, and secure them with a cable tie, or some people call it a zip tie. Behind this compartment are metal chassis that you can use to secure these wires. Just make sure you cable tie them properly so that when the car is moving on rough surfaces, it will not fall down underneath and will cause any disconnection. Now on that side, I will also secure those wires with a cable tie to keep the connection in place and sturdy. So there. So I think we're done here. And everything is properly in place. And you won't notice that we haven't installed anything here, and the driver won't even know where the wires are. So yeah, it's so simple and effective. So time to test the installation. We're going to switch on. Oh yes, we also need to add an SD card. So the footages that this dashcam will be recording can be saved to this SD or micro SD card. This is a Pi 12 gigabyte micro SD, and it will last probably for more than a week. So there you go. Once you insert the micro SD, it will ask for formatting or setting the card. So to initialize it, just press the button on that right side, and it will format or prepare the card for you. So there it is, it's done, and it's right away recording. If it's not recording, if the recording stops suddenly, just unplug or rearrange the micro SD, and it should continue its recording as what you're seeing here on or in the screen. So there, it's back again to its recording. So just make final adjustment on the angle of the camera and you're good to go. By the way, this dashcam can record both the inside of the car and what's happening in front of the car. Okay, it's time to test everything if it's ready. So now we're going to run the car, and I'm teaching Hein to how to start the car because he hasn't tried starting a car before.
Okay, one more. Start. And then release. Okay, nice.
Okay, there you go. Once the car is running, the camera will also start recording.
Okay, it's recording.
Now it's time to switch off the engine, but keep it in the accessories mode. There, now switch it off completely and it's off. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments at the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day everyone. Goodbye.